There's a brand new Diddy clip that's going viral and it has everything to do with Mr. Justin Bieber. Okay. I don't think he's happy to be a part of the family.
Security and stuff were coming into the room at night to check my pulse. Like, people don't know how serious.
So P. Diddy broke Justin Bieber's virginity.
Yeah.
Hold on to your hats because Justin Bieber just dropped a bombshell that's shaking the entire music scene. He leaked some jaw-dropping footage from Diddy's infamous parties, and it's wilder than you can imagine. Justin exposed the truth behind these so-called freak-off parties, and it's the kind of drama that will leave you breathless. But here's the real shocker. This leak could spell serious trouble for both Justin and Diddy. We're talking career-ending, reputation-shattering chaos. The word on the street is this might change everything we thought we knew. Could this be the fall of Diddy's empire? Will Justin's move backfire? The music world is about to be flipped upside down, and no one's safe from the fallout. Buckle up, because the tea is scalding.
I just want to say, I know a lot of people want to hear these stories and everything like that, because this is stuff that happened back in the day. And then maybe that if they knew there was going to ever be a YouTube, or they knew there was going to ever be social media, a lot of the stuff probably wouldn't have got played out like it did. But things happen, and these are just stories from the past. I would like to use that as, what you call that, just to clear the facts up what's going on. But it all started, we was in Atlanta. And this story starts when I'm with Puff and he's in exotic bookstores and he's doing shopping, right? He's shopping, getting his stuff and everything like that. So, you know, this is the first time I was ever in an exotic bookstore with Puff. So, you know, I'm giving him his space. He's taking things off the shelves and stuff like that, because they gave him a brown paper bag. When they gave him a brown paper bag, he was just putting stuff in there. So I said, damn, you know, he got to go put it on the counter and, you know, show everybody what he's getting. So as he going, I'm just looking at the places where he picking stuff from. So there's one part he picked up some things from up here on my left side. And then he picked like quite a few of them down. I was like, okay. He put them in the bag. So when I went by there and I looked up there and it said butt plugs. And I was like, hey, yo, I was messing with him. Because people don't understand, you know, we was like friends. He was a part of the same gang. So I'm still gonna tease him. I'm still gonna mess with him and everything like that. I could do that. It wasn't just no security thing. So I say, yo, what are you getting this for? And it said butt plugs. And he was like, yo, can I do my shopping by myself? I said, yeah, you could do it by yourself, brother. And he started walking and everything like that. So when he got I just waited at the counter. So when he got to the counter, he didn't even have to show the guy nothing. He just gave the guy a wad of money. I mean, like he gave the guy a stack something like this. And Puff wasn't the dude that carried no 20s and no 50s and nothing like that. And I mean, like, he just said, boom. And we walked out the store. So we had to leave Atlanta and go to North Carolina for a show. You understand? And it was him, this rapper, Sarah, and this other girl. We all got on a G5 jet, and we flew to G4 jet, and we flew to North Carolina. So later on that, I think that afternoon, same day, this rapper and him, they all in the room together. You know, it's Sarah, the girl, Puff, and this dude, this rapper. So I'm hearing at the door and stuff like that, like, yeah, so then next thing you know, somebody rang the doorbell. We had the presidential suite where we was at. So I opened the door, and the dude said, "Yo, I'm here for my cousin." I said, "Who your cousin?" And he said, "Ja Rule." I said, "Well, he busy right now." He said, "He busy doing what?" I said, "He with Puff. They're in the room. They busy. They don't want to be bothered." He said, "Well, I'm going in there." I said, "Bruh, you ain't going in there because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothering them." And he was like, "Yo, I don't care, man. I'm going in there." That bull like that. I said, "Yo, bruh, Jesus Christ had to come down here and take the air out of my body before you get in that room right there. Watch. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed his and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked. And so then Ja was like, "Yo, what's going on? Yo, Gene, that's my cousin." He know me well, and Puff was like, "Yo, Gene, what happened?" I said, "He tried to get in the room. I told him he couldn't get in the room." And he was like, Puff looked at Ja. He said, "Yo," Ja said, "You ain't want to go in that room because there's a lot of freaking going on." So I was like, "Oh," he said it was a lot of freaking going on. So that was basically that story, man. You know what I'm saying? They went back in the room. Dude felt a certain kind of way, and he left out. So I seen them at the concert the next day, and they tried to, form up against me. But my man Frank was like, I told my man Frank, I was like, "Yo, Frank, put yourself in that position. Somebody trying to get in the room, and Ja told you don't let nobody get in the room. What would you do?" Now, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do, man, but I ain't taking no losses. He said, "Yo, you good," and that was it. Bruh, when Ja said, "You don't want to come up in there, a lot of freaky stuff is going on. You got to use your mind." What they was doing with those butt plugs.
Right.
Forget everything you thought you knew about Diddy's legendary parties. Justin Bieber just dropped footage that's about to expose what's really been going down behind those VIP doors. The streets have been buzzing with rumors for years, but now we're about to get the truth straight from the babes himself. Diddy's parties have always been the stuff of Hollywood gossip. Celebrities in flashy outfits, champagne flowing like water. But that's just scratching the surface. These aren't your typical star-studded events. These are the places where Hollywood's dirtiest secrets come to light. You might think, so what? Rich people partying isn't news. But girl, hold on to your wig, because things are about to get wild. The rumors about these freak-off parties have been around for years. Stories that could make even the most seasoned gossip columnist blush. But until now, it was all just whispers. Enter Justin Bieber, the pop star turned whistleblower. Who would have thought? Bieber's always been full of surprises, but this one takes the cake. He's about to spill tea that's been simmering for years, and it's hot enough to burn some serious reputations. So, what did Justin catch on camera? Let's just say this isn't your typical party footage. We're not talking celebrities dancing the Macarena or having harmless fun. No, this is the kind of content that could make or break careers. Behaviors that cross boundaries, push limits, and might even break some laws.
Now to Sean Diddy Combs' investigation. New surveillance video shows Combs being taken into custody in a Manhattan hotel last week. Our senior investigative correspondent, Aaron Kotursky, is at the scene of his arrest. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Robin. This is the hotel where Sean Combs was arrested a week ago. You can now see how that arrest went down. This morning, watch how federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. He's seen in this video entering the Park Hyatt Hotel in Midtown Manhattan with others when agents from Homeland Security Investigations approach and separate him. They place Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs. His lawyer said Combs had come to New York 2 weeks earlier with the intention of turning himself in. He did not expect the agents to be waiting at his hotel last Monday night.
Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in. 1, 2, 3.
A day earlier, Combs seen out and about in New York with his family, seemingly in good spirits. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. At the center of the case, this 2016 video obtained by CNN that depicts Combs attacking his then-girlfriend, the singer Cassie, and then dragging her back toward a hotel room. Federal prosecutors said the video is powerful evidence of how dangerous the hip-hop mogul could be to women, part of why 2 different federal judges denied him bail.
This has to be a 100% culture shock. I can't imagine living a lifestyle of the incredibly rich and famous and then going into this very dark, impersonal, cold, austere facility.
Combs, who lived in this $50 million Miami mansion, is now in an isolated unit of a federal jail in Brooklyn known for miserable conditions.
The special housing unit is a 24-hour lockdown unit, which means that any movement within that unit is controlled and coordinated, and no inmate moves outside of his cell without being in full restraints, to include leg irons, handcuffs, a belly chain, and at least 2, if not 3 staff members escorting them.
I know you're dying for details, and trust me, they're coming. But here's a taste. Picture a smoky, dimly lit room with celebrities you'd never expect, letting loose. At the center, Diddy pulling the strings. But here's the kicker. Justin's footage doesn't just show the party. It reveals what happens when people think no one's watching. It's raw, unfiltered, and it's about to shake Hollywood. A-listers caught in moments that'll have their publicists scrambling. Deals made in dark corners that could change the music industry. But why now? Why did Justin drop this bomb? Maybe he's fed up with the Hollywood games, or maybe there's more we haven't seen yet. This leak will have huge consequences. Friendships could end, power couples might split, and legal battles are sure to follow. Justin's not just spilling tea, he's dumping the whole pot. This move could make or break him, and he's all in.
When they did that raid, you understand? What they did was, prior to the raid, they reviewed that civil lawsuit. And that civil lawsuit told, Cassie's civil lawsuit was LeRod had already did it. LeRod hadn't did his yet, did he? Did LeRod do his lawsuit before the raid or after the raid?
Oh, before.
Yeah, so what they did was they reviewed both of those civil lawsuits and found that there was some criminal activity in those lawsuits. We spoke that on Art of Dialogue. We spoke about that on your show. I said if they really wanted him, all they had to do was review those civil lawsuits. And once they find the criminal activity in those, they could bring him in. Now, did the Federal Bureau of Investigation in Miami do it? No, they didn't. Did California do it? No, they did not. The Southern District of New York, they took it upon themselves and put on that raid and everything based on the information they found in Cassie lawsuit and the information they found in Little Rod lawsuit. But all this is bigger than Diddy. It's bigger than Diddy, bro. Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City. They turn around, give him the key to the city. All the mayor people that he brought on here in New York City are all resigning. They all resigning. People ain't gonna tie this together, but if you look at it, you have to say, because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York to start investigating Diddy on civil lawsuits that was put against him. Because the feds is going after all these politicians in New York City.
Hold up, though. Before we crown Justin the king of exposés, let's talk about what's really on that tape. Word on the street is it's not just about Diddy and his crew. No, this footage might reveal a side of Justin we never saw coming. And trust me, it's not pretty. Justin's camera caught some of the biggest names in Hollywood acting a fool, and we're not talking about typical celebrity shenanigans. We're seeing A-listers behaving in ways that would make your grandma clutch her pearls. But here's the real tea. It's not just what others were doing. Justin's right in the middle of it. His behavior could have him sweating bullets. Remember when we thought his bad boy phase was behind him? Well, this footage might prove old habits die hard. So why would Justin leak something that could hurt his own reputation? That's the million-dollar question. Some say he's getting ahead of the story before it leaks. Others think he's flexing his power, showing the industry he's got dirt on everyone. Whatever his reasons, this move is riskier than wearing white to a barbecue.
Yeah, the feds revealed that, anybody that, participated in any, criminal behavior at his freak-offs, they're going to pursue.
Listen here. The mayor here take like 15 spoons of sugar in his coffee. So it's all a possibility.
Do you think there's any celebrities on them tapes?
Bro, he gave celebrity parties. So what you think? I think they're not telling the whole truth, is that because of the situation in Miami and the situation in California, and they closed the clubs like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. or something like that, that Justin and Christian was bringing big vans of girls and people back to the mansion and giving parties and stuff like that. And a lot of those stuff were their parties. A lot of that shit was their parties. They wasn't always Puff parties. It was his son's parties.
Good point. They said some of these freak-offs will last for days.
That's where they're gonna get him on the sex trafficking thing. Especially like if he was traveling and doing it. That's where the sex trafficking come at. That you hiring sex workers to come and have sex with your girl? That's crazy. That's some Hollywood shit that I don't even know, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy. But they also claiming that, Diddy, he'll give ecstasy to his victims to keep them obedient.
Then they have to bring those witnesses in there. That's going to be something hard to prove. Unless Lil Rob or Lil Cassie state that was something that happened. That's how the prosecutor's going to prove that. They got a ton of evidence that they got to try to prove, bro. A lot of that that if you read it, it could be circumstantial. You know what I'm saying? But they got to have witness to back it up. You just can't say that happened based on somebody lawsuit and what the words that they're saying. They have to have witnesses in there. And I think Puff lawyers is going to be smart enough to attack that.
Right. And they claiming that Diddy, he was blackmailing his victims because he had videos from old freak-offs and he was using those videos to get his victims to do another freak-off. So
if he was blackmailing people, especially people that work for him, see, this is what it's going to get him at. See, people think that, those people work for him, or those people, if they was artists and they work for him, or they were engineers, or they anybody that worked for them and stuff like that, your boss cannot blackmail you to do nothing. If you do a sexual act or you doing anything, your boss, if he have you doing those things like that, then he could be liable for suit. Because you're not doing it willingly. Because that individual is your boss. So psychologically, you know what I'm saying? I don't care what nobody say, that when somebody has something over you, could determine your job, your career, your livelihood. That's somewhat of a blackmail if they holding stuff that they've done, that you've done in the past, over your head to make you continually doing that stuff. Now, that's where he loses at. because some of those people worked for him, or so he was a part of doing something. They was part of doing something for their career with him.
The streets are buzzing about what's really in this footage, and it's messy. We're hearing whispers of drug use, backroom deals that could shake up the music industry, and behavior that's got publicists ready to pull all-nighters. And at the center of it all is Justin, not looking like the reformed bad boy we thought, but more like the life of a party spiraling out of control. What makes this even juicier? Some of the celebs caught on camera aren't just randoms. They're people Justin has worked with, friends even. And what they're doing? Let's just say it's the kind of thing that can end friendships faster than you can say, sorry. Now, why is Justin dropping this bomb after all this time? That's the tea everyone's thirsty for. Some say it's revenge after a fallout with Diddy. Others think he's trying to distance himself from his past. But in Hollywood, nothing's ever that simple. This leak could be a major turning point for Justin's career. On one hand, he might be seen as a whistleblower, exposing the darker side of the music world. On the other, he could be torching his relationships and risking lawsuits, lost collaborations, and maybe even criminal charges. And let's not forget his own image. Justin has spent years rebranding himself as a changed man, a devoted husband, and a man of faith. But this footage could send all that progress up in smoke quicker than you can say, yummy. So how will the industry react? Will they close ranks and shut Justin out, or will this spark a larger conversation about the dark side of fame? One thing's certain, the next few weeks are about to be wilder than a soap opera marathon.
Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So
Girl, if you thought this was just about Justin, think again. Diddy's empire might be crumbling, and this leak could be the push that brings it all down. Diddy's been running the game for years, with music, fashion, and even vodka under his belt. But with Justin's footage out, his reputation is taking a massive hit. The rumors are wild. His record label, clothing line, and liquor brand might all be at risk. Sponsors and business partners could be jumping ship. Diddy's persona as the ultimate party king is on the line. Now, people are seeing the dark side of those legendary parties. Celebs are already scrubbing their socials of any sign of him. It's like the popular kid just became uncool overnight.
It was a surprise to me, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, when you see Puff, it's kind of a surprise. But like I told my brother, man, you know, he was telling me he don't think Puff gonna get locked up. I say, bitch, they got Chapo. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling you earlier, they got Chapo. They could put Chapo under the ground. They can hire Puff. But it's just long overdue. Like, for a while, it made me kind of question, like, damn, you know? It's to the point where it felt like they forced the feds to do their job. He forced the feds to do their job, because if they didn't do it, everybody looking at them like, what, do you motherfuckers exist? You know what I'm saying? Like, he done got away with too much, but you gotta understand this, right? A lot of stuff Puffy going through, and I don't wish bad on him. Like, before this transpired, I had a lot of hatred toward him, but it was about financial reasons. When it comes to this subject, it's very sensitive to me because there's a lot of victims in here. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, it's still somebody's father. You know what I'm saying? So, but we make our own bed, man. And for a long time, a lot of people, I want him to understand that a lot of people was hurt because you couldn't live your truth. Everything he going through right now is because he couldn't let go. He couldn't let go having a position of power over street niggas, and also being who he is. The more who he was, he had to show more aggression. That's like when I sucked my thumb. When I grew up, the reason people might think I'm tough and right is transpired because when I was in a place sucking my thumb, I knew I had to go extra hard for you to know not to play with me. You get what I'm saying? Like, it made me turn it to somebody else because you might take a perception of me sucking my thumb. You might think I'm soft. You might think I'm gay, anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like with him. If people know his secrets, because believe one thing about it, You know, and that's with all these rappers. Somebody know your secrets. You might be you and Puffy get, you know, because Puffy, I can imagine he approached these guys who going through financial situations, these rappers who get themselves start making a lot of money. Then when things don't be hot no more, you fall back on people like him. He prey on you, and what he do is he offer you things to keep up a lifestyle. You can imagine Puffy, Playboy. You know, Playboy, don't worry about that, man. I can get us, come with me to the island, Playboy. Come chill with me. Won't be no security guards, no nothing. Won't nobody know about your business. Hey, don't worry about that. I'll wire that, Playboy. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of rappers out here that got secrets because they fell into them situations with Puffy. And I know this personally. Like, I know personally, but like I say, a lot of stuff that I know, like I knew a lot of stuff that came out this week we was talking about. I was like, man, I been knew that. I been knew about the girl that came out. She was just afraid to tell her story for a long time. Like I knew, when you're in a circle, like the band is like a, you know what I'm saying? So things that transpired in their band, because they work with people that we worked with, you know what I'm saying? It gets back to us. And not only that, I done been on the phone call and hear people explaining their situations. It's crying about, you know, situations. And it only gonna get worse. Like I was telling people, like it's hard to say because I don't want to spoil what's coming up. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say this. Like I said, it gets deeper and deeper, and the more that come out, the more intriguing the story gonna be. All I want to tell people is, when that Netflix series come out, it's a rapper coming out with a Netflix series. I won't say no name. I don't want to spoil it for him. I'm not a friend of his. I don't want to, you know, spoil something he got going on. But I will say this: he's doing a phenomenal job, to the point where I was in awe. You get what I'm saying? I was presented the opportunity to work with him, but you know, like I said, the money wasn't enough for me to leave my couch. But he's doing a phenomenal job, man. There's so many people that's hurt behind this. There's so many people that got it's guys that can't come out because of their image. You know what I'm saying? That'll make your eyes go like, whoa. I know about the slams, the Stevie J's. I know I'm in a circle. I know about y'all. Y'all confirmed. You don't got, but see, even with Stevie J, you know, when you got secrets out there of a lifestyle, and you know the lifestyle you really living, it's a community out there that really know you. You can't hide from them. You could come play tough to us because we don't hear nothing about it. We don't hang around the same crowds. They know you. They know what you and Puffy was going on. Not just Stevie J. I'm just saying anybody. If you're in that community and you trying to hide something, you can hide it from the street dudes and the thugs and the regular, but they know you. And that's what a lot of rappers was facing. That's why a lot of them can't defend themselves. You hear them, they be, they can't really say no because they know somebody know you. Somebody know for a fact. Somebody was there with y'all. Somebody he confided in, like as a best friend. You know what I'm saying? That know these rapper secrets. You can imagine being propositioned by Puffy like that though, right? Like, you f***ed up. And he could fly you to a private island and get rid of the security and give you wire you $1 million or 20, or make sure that you get this endorsement deal. That's how easy it is for him to gain leverage over people. Come on, man, you got $1,000 waiting. Thought what, 10,000, 5,000, some shit like that. My boy, that's a lot of back busting. You hear me? That's too much. I was like, wait, what? It's like you ran a chain of operation. You got an operation of just back busting. Like, what are y'all like? It's not, bro. You 50. Can you even get up that much, bro? Like, you that turned on? Like, bro, baby oil. People use baby oil and shit. Well, see, that's a whole nother situation. That's a whole nother community. They got their own love. I was like, baby oil. I was like, what baby oil for? What do you rubbing each other down, getting shiny and shit? Then it hit me. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. My boy was loose with it. But no, man. Prayers to Diddy, man. Prayers to him, man. You know, I don't want to kick him out. I'm just ain't that kind of dude. I'm getting mine. Like I say, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. It's a lot of Bible passages that pass through this dude life that was it whatever in the dark shall come to the light. That's one we living out right now. It's one he living out more than us. Because for so long, you got to imagine having that money and that power, secrets. He's literally assaulting men. You get what I mean? Like, it may be common nowadays, but for a man to walk up and slap your ass or let me get your number or come to my hotel room, that shit is not normal. I ain't never heard no shit like that in my lifetime for no man to approach you like that. And he's done it several times. I just pray for his daughters, man. And all the people around him who was protected for so long, you got to come outside right now. The Stevie J's, you still want to fight? You still want to fight Stevie J? To put up the Notre Dame dudes. You still want to fight 50, homie? I don't think so. Now, y'all, you know what I'm saying? And that's why, back to what I was saying about, that's why they act so tough. They act so tough because they know it's whispers about them. So when I see you in person, I got to show you, I'll f you up. I'm a gangster. I'm this and that. That's an act, man. Real gangsters can see through all that shit. All I say is Puffy should have just lived his life, man. You still could have been on top of the world, enjoy you. It's a world full of love. What's wrong with you living a world full of love? Even if you loving men, you full of love, bro. You ain't gotta try to come over here and maintain a character that force you to be a monster. Cause you want to be on top. You want to control monsters. You want gangsters to respect you. You still want to be able to slap a nigga in his mouth. You can't do both.
The real question is, how is Diddy going to bounce back from this? This isn't his first scandal, but it might be his biggest. Some say he'll try to play it cool, act like it's no big deal. Others think he'll go on the offensive, discredit Justin or spin the story. But girl, whatever he does, it better be good, because the silence from his camp is louder than his biggest hits. And let's not forget the legal side. If the footage is as wild as people say, we could see Diddy in a courtroom, not a studio. He's got plenty of lawyers, but even they might struggle to clean up this mess. But here's the bigger picture. This isn't just about Diddy. This whole situation is pulling back the curtain on the dark side of the music industry. Power, money, and parties that make Asterisk, the Wolf of Wall Street Asterisk, look tame. People are asking what really goes on behind closed doors, and some big names are probably sweating right now, wondering if they're next. If Diddy can go down, no one's safe. We could be witnessing the start of a new era in Hollywood, where those wild parties and shady deals become a thing of the past. But let's be real. Diddy's been in the game a long time, and he's got more lives than a cat. Maybe he'll spin this and come out smelling like roses, or maybe this is the scandal that finally brings him down. Either way, the music industry will never be the same.
And I knew about this stuff, but you can't prove it, and it's not my job to fucking try to bash Puffy, because where I was coming from was a place of hate. So everything I said would have been taken, but I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. You go back to my old interviews. All this stuff that's coming out right now, I'm so happy. It's more. It's more. But I'm so happy it finally came out. A lot of stuff people don't understand Puffy endured. A lot of stuff Puffy went through as when he was younger. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Like I say, when this DVD come out, y'all check it out, man. We watched the icon fall, and a lot of people don't understand. It's like a changing of the guards. That's all it is. Like, they stayed around, they played the game a little too long. And this is how God works. It's like hip hop is independent. The music is independent. The owning of your masters is independent. It's a new changing of the guard. And all the old parasites is just falling off one by one. Because they never had talent. They just leashed on to the talent. Let me tell you what Puffy was. And what a lot of them is. They mediators. What they call them, mediators, right? Where you gotta go, they go-betweens. So you got the Leos who scared to approach the thugs like that. But Diddy from that world, so I could intermediate. I could get percentages from negotiating and making this deal, but you got to give up that butt. You got to give up that butt and royalties. And I can change your family life. Know why? Because he had to give up that butt. People don't understand. That's the reason. That's why it's the reason Puffy don't want to give nobody, any artist he deal with, he'll tell you, I'm make it hard for you. I had to do this. He wants you to endure it. He endured. And I felt bad in a sense because he was only trying to feed his family. You get what I'm saying? And he became a victim, and it turned him into a monster just trying to hide his own secrets and not living his truth. And now he in prison just from all this comes from one man not living his truth. I swear to God. Had Puffy just been who he is at heart, it might have been a few jokes. We joked about RuPaul. He's still a boss. You get what I'm saying? I feel bad for the people that got hurt trying to hide his secrets. All the people that been victimized, all the people that been put under the influence so they don't remember certain things because of who he is. And as long as you're under the influence, it ruins your credibility of speaking about anything. So I can understand why he probably kept drugs in the party. You get what I'm saying? All this behavior falls in line behind one thing, trying to hide secrets. So now you gotta use this to cover that. And now this makes you cover for that. And it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. It never stops. It's a cycle. That's why I don't live in fear. I don't hide secrets. I'm not scared of nobody. I don't do none of that. I live for God. Man, you live that way, your ass ain't got to worry about nothing. You know one thing that's crazy to me though, because I know him, is me picturing them in the cell. And that made me feel a little bad. That's the only thing. Like, I don't like the nigga or whatever. I still got love for the nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be in here right now if it wasn't for that dude. Regardless of what, it was 40,000 people. He had to hear something from me. He had to hear my talent. He had to pick me out. He had to learn my personality. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't always easy to deal with me every day too. They used to have shit on the motherfucking refrigerator. We had like notes of what people, when people come in the house, they'll know, you know, what to deal with or whatever. On the notes, they'll be like, let Fred sleep an extra 45 minutes. Like, this nigga is like, cause when I woke up, you know, I had a bad attitude and I used to get up or whatever, but they done did too much. They did a lot to help me get where I ain't gonna say where I'm at in life, cause really it's like, where am I? I'm 40, I don't own the properties or nothing, you know what I'm saying? And people don't understand, oh, why you blaming Puffy? I'm not blaming Puffy, I can't get time back. I dedicated my time to a situation to provide for my family, which I'm talking about when I was into it. I never went home like everybody got to go home on the weekends. I was the furthest away. So I was really dedicated to changing my situation. I was really dedicated and showed love to a person who I felt like in the end what I learned was only playing with us, and it made me react a certain way. But that don't mean I hate him.
Girl, the tea has been spilled, and it's hotter than ever. Justin Bieber's leaked footage from Diddy's wild parties has everyone shook. We're talking careers on the line, reputations in shambles. Is this just the beginning? Something tells me there's more tea brewing. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and Hollywood may never be the same again.